definitely people thought, when they read and understand the media, they were overwhelmed by the eccentric view of things, unaware of the put-on Manippian satire part of McLuhan, but they just were impressed with the ideas the book made them think of. Many people thought it was a utopian vision, that there was this way to break through Big Brother, that electric media were creating autonomy and freedom and flow and flux and all kinds of these fantasies, many of them projected 19th century romantic fantasies, put on what the environment McLuhan was leading towards. And there were warnings in understanding media, but it seemed to have a utopian or hopeful aspect, and many people liked the early 60s mood of hopefulness, and many people lived through it say there was a mood of optimism which then was crashed by the late 60s. But McLuhan was seen as part of that hopeful mood and was talking technically about it. So McLuhan knew to include the services of the situation, not all despondent or not all paralyzed and just saying, well, we're discarded, there's no way out of it. I find in this talk by Eric, this recent one, he is laying out McLuhan's technical agenda of the discarnate situation, but he only gives the impression of a warning. It tends toward, uh-oh, this is going to be pretty overwhelming. He does not have any way of talking about to implant the utopian inspirational facts of McLuhan planning and understanding. Now,
I'll just add something on that. It's I think going right back to Chesterton, is he found in Chesterton straighten them out and give people something to be happy at. The use of the Achillean it's a motivational genre to instill a sense of heroic fortitude. And whether in later life it's possibly to at least instill a sense of joy that despite being swallowed up, you can still enjoy being swallowed up by the magical beasts that are around us. There's definitely that agenda.
Yeah, and definitely the utopian feeling of the 60s disappeared by the 70s, into the 70s. And many people said McLuhan got pessimistic. No, people just saw the pessimistic aspect of what he was saying. He was always in four positions. So he wasn't either optimistic or pessimistic. He always said he was apocalyptic. But the apocalypse was him dancing around four positions. And so what would be, and you say, what was McLuhan's technique of hope? What would he be today? Because you couldn't, there was no more to use. You couldn't use the 60s technical utopianism in the 80s. It was over. It was very hard to get people to be inspired. Most of the inspirations were fundamentalisms that were rear-view mirror movements that were reacting, not acting. They were reacting and operating, creating a hope out of the defensive position. So what would be, it's a really good question, what would, if you were going to present the technical mining of the world today, what would you use for utopian index or parts of the canvas? You got to have the good stuff in there that's coming. Well, I see myself doing that with typal co-fusion, but I don't just talk about it, I claim I'm bringing it in. Because most people, subject to the Android meme, are on the sidelines. Feel like you're on the sidelines and let the Android meme just run the technical ship. So this passivity, this obsolescing of the chemical body, and even the discarnate body by the Android meme, leaves people in a pretty despondent situation. So the only way you could inject hope is to say, no, this technology won't do this for you. I am going to take the new technology and impose it on you. That's what you're doing today. Which is what? Because people can't even listen. People don't believe anything anymore. McLuhan was operating when people still believed something. It was the last gasp of the humanist vision they projected on McLuhan. Or the technotopian vision. That's long gone. And you're right to say McLuhan's technique wouldn't work today. You've got to come up, you have to say that, hey, I'm part of the elite and I'm going to give it to you. I am the Android meme and I'm going to give it to you. You never thought we could do this for you. That's my answer to how to inject hope today. Now, But the Android meme itself is giving people hope. The environment gave people hope because of Web 2.0. It shrunk everything and everybody started to feel bigger than the media.